Welcome to the 12 Adoptable Pets of the holiday season. I have Madison here with me today from the Annex Cat Rescue. Please, Madison, would you introduce yourself and the Annex Cat Rescue?
For sure. So my name's Madison. I'm on the foster coordinator team, and I've been volunteering with Annex now for about a year and a half, but I've been involved in rescue for about 5 or 6 years at various rescues. So Annex Cat Rescue is really unique in that we specialize in street cats. So almost all of our cats come directly from the streets or are street cats that are pregnant and then their kittens are born into our care. So that's the other way we get our kittens.
Right.
So we don't have a brick and mortar, which means that we run completely out of foster homes. So we're always looking for fosters to help us and to help socialize our kitties. And yeah, so we also really encourage and work with trappers on trap neuter return, which means that some cats aren't going to be able to be socialized. But we really want to stop cats from breeding, getting pregnant, getting sick. And so one of the amazing things we do is we trap the kitties. We help with Toronto animal shelters to get them neutered or spayed. And if they can't be socialized, we release them back into their colonies and ensure that they're actually being taken care of. So they're fed. We have colony caretakers who make sure that they don't get sick. And if they do get sick, we trap them again and we take them to one of our partner vets. So we're a really community-oriented rescue.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And now, the fact that with the cats that you work with that are adoptable, that can find their forever homes because they're in a foster home network, have there been many changes due to the pandemic for your adoption process?
For sure. So there have been some changes. So during the height of the pandemic pre-vaccination, all of our adoption interviews took place over Zoom. So our adoption process is always, over the phone. Initial adoption coordinator, our adoption volunteers work so hard on doing the initial interviews for people who are interested in adopting cats and making sure that we find the right fit. And then after that, they then meet with the fosters and the cats. And unfortunately, again, most of them had to take place over Zoom. But our fosters know the cats best, so they have an amazing opportunity to talk to potential adopters. Now that the vaccination rollout has continued, fosters have the option of inviting potential adopters into their home, but we deal with that on a case-by-case basis, and fosters and potential adopters are allowed to negotiate their own levels of comfort. And if a foster prefers doing it over Zoom, that is absolutely no problem at all. So yeah, it's either in person or Zoom. Some prefer masks in their home, some are okay with unmasks, but it's completely up to them. So we allow fosters to navigate their own comfort levels with adopters. The cat I have today is named Carol. Now, Carol was named after the Brady Bunch. We also had Jan and Marcia. So Carol is a 2-year-old matriarch. Carol is the mother to many other Annex Cat Rescue kittens.
Wow.
Some of whom have been adopted, which is amazing. So she's actually the grandmother to several kitties at 2 years old, which again is just stressing how important trap neuter release is and spaying and neutering our pets. So she's also the grandmother to Dora, who's a pretty famous kitten that was born without a butthole and who we raised tons of money for thanks to our community. So now her reign as Queen Colony Kitty has ended and she's transformed into a properly spoiled indoor girl.
Good.
So Carol began coming out of her shell when she met her best friend and foster brother, Lil Richard.
Okay.
So Lil Richard is a former Annex cat who was adopted by his fosters in part because of how wonderful he was with other kitties. They wanted to continue fostering, so he was perfect. He's like an ambassador. So Carol now accepts pets, but she's best when you let her approach you rather than approaching her. She still has some anxiety. She's not an aggressive cat though, but she is still shy and needs a quiet home and needs someone who will be patient and kind to her as she continues to blossom. But we're so proud of Carol and thankful for her fosters who helped put trust in her heart and meat on her bones. She was so tiny when we first got her, and now she's like a full kitty. But now it's time for her next chapter and finding her forever home.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us today, Madison.
Thank you so much for having me.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.